healthcare advisors say, well, sorry, nice to know you, hospice to the left. I don't think so. So it's obvious that some people who have a certain amount of expertise are willing to use the credibility as a shield for their political opinions. But some of these doctors that CNN are interviewing are acting like if you take hydroxychloroquine, you're going to die. That's not true on any level. If it was true, we'd have a whole bunch of dead rheumatoid arthritis and lupus patients. And anyone who got malaria would be dead too because hydroxychloroquine would have killed them. So I think we're overstating the fear of the side effects here. Andrew, you're not a doctor. You know what? And neither are the theater reviewers posing as op-ed writers for the New York Times. Wines at 695 Patriot 957-2874. John, New York City, you're in the Wilkow Majority. Hello.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say I really appreciated the interview that you just did with Peter Schiff. Everything, I follow him regularly, so everything he pretty much said, I pretty much expected. And as far, like, I know you said you agree with him on some things, you disagree with him on others. I'm actually really surprised because considering how large this bailout is being passed I'm actually surprised that with the last one and this new one, that there aren't more people expressing as much outrage as Peter was expressing, which he does on a regular basis. You know, because for so much money being passed, only less than $300 billion is actually going to people. And then I hear these lists of all the people who are not going to get any money. And, you know, divorcees and people who may have claimed their children. And I'm just really surprised. It's like, where did the Tea Party go? It's like all of a sudden they just disappeared.
You know, the one thing that, look, I'm not gonna trash anything Peter said on this program because he's not here to defend himself. But I pointed out when he talked about the bills, when the Republicans had Congress, I'm like, well, you know, there's only so much you can expect. Only so much resistance you can expect from a president. If his entire political party or the leadership of his party, that's Ryan and McConnell, are refusing to produce a budget that spends less. The president went through shutdowns. He went through shutdowns. What was not being given credit there, and this is why I still admire and support this president, is how much more of a war did you think he was going to be able to command over the federal government? We had shutdowns, right? We had shutdowns. Couldn't get the board. Couldn't get all of the funding required or requested for the border wall. Couldn't get his own party to cut spending. At some point, you have to understand that every man has limits. The president is not a god. And when I say the president, I mean this president is not a god.
No, I absolutely agree with you on that. My only thing about it is I'm really shocked to see all of the people who I don't hear from anymore who were so adamant about complaining about the bailout in 2008 when this one is much, much bigger. And now they're talking about another one. They're talking about $2.3 trillion. So my question is, all the people who were complaining before about their children and grandchildren's children and this, that, and other being deep in debt, where are they? It's like I'm the only person who's walking around complaining about this. I feel alone.
Well, I retweeted something put up by Kevin McCarthy, who wants to be Speaker of the House. Can you give us at least a promise that you will seek a rescission, not recession? I want to make sure you understand the word I'm using. It might sound like I'm saying recession, rescission. RESCISSION, rescission. That is a calling back. There is no reason to put $15 billion into the SNAP program because of the coronavirus. There's no reason to add $70 million to the U.S. Forestry Service because of the coronavirus. If you look at the laundry list of things, when this is over, now that the numbers are going down and people like Chris Hayes at MSNBC think Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx are political props, if we get to the end of this and there's $1 trillion that was signed into law but not spent, then there needs to be an immediate rescission of that money. Immediate recall. Immediate overturning. This bill needs to be shredded. The way Nancy Pelosi shredded the State of the Union must be done, or else we really are going to be where Peter Schiff says we're going to be. Wines Extend. I'm sorry if some of you felt down by that. I've interviewed Peter Schiff for years. I wanted to demonstrate something by putting him on. And again, if you got to pour yourself a tall one, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's see.